皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So everyone, our main channel, as you might have seen in my live stream, has achieved 1 million subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone. I really cannot believe it even now. It's actually the next morning from achieving 1 million subscribers. So we achieved 1 million subscribers on April 6th in a really early time in Japan. I think it was around 9 a.m. or something. Yeah, and it's actually the next day. It's almost 8 a.m. right now in the morning, and I'm recording this now. Today, I do have a few things I do want to talk about, but I just really wanted to record my honest feelings right now because I'm pretty sure, these memories would eventually fade away as well. So just wanted to leave a few words, so I don't have any that many concrete plans for today, but I'm just going to be talking about the things I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, so again, I really can't believe that it actually happened for a really long time, especially when I just started the channel. You might have remember I actually made a video celebrating 500 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers, and from there it has it's 100 times bigger than that, the number is. And when I just started YouTube, at that timing, it was when on my business that I invested over a few million yen just finished in 2 months without making any profit, and because of COVID, of course. Yeah. And I had to quit my job, and there was no place that I could just restart working at again because no one was hiring people at that point. So I just grabbed my computer and I thought, okay, I just have to, learn something new to make more money. And I was really struggling at that time because what I was doing as a web writer, it's called in Japanese, as a web writer, it's not something that I love, So I just was basically something that I was doing just because to survive, just because I need to live through my life, basically. So in order for me to stay mentally healthy, I wanted to do something that I love. And that's the reason why I started my YouTube channel originally. So in the beginning, you might have known that my oldest videos are all on answering basically questions that I used to receive a lot when I was working in the tourism industry. And it was really for me just the time to do the things that I love, And I really did not expect anyone to watch my videos. Yeah, I did what should I say, have a goal from the very beginning. I said I want to have 10,000 subscribers in the first year. That was the first goal, actually. And as you may know, I started my channel in July 2020. I believe it was 2020, I think. Yes. 2020, July, I started a channel, and 2021, January 2021, I actually already achieved 10,000. And April 2021, we already had 100,000. And then a year from there, we had 1 million subscribers. Yeah. So everything just happened so quickly. Especially, I was very surprised yesterday to know that my kids are screaming in the background, sorry. I was really surprised to know that Tomoko joined our team last September, and I've always thought that was something that happened very recently, but come to think of it, Tomoko has been with us celebrating 250,000 subscribers, 500, 750, and 1 million. So she basically was with us for all the milestones. Yeah, so I can't believe that means everything from 250 to 1 million. All of these celebrations happen within 8 months then. So I really cannot believe it. I don't know, sometimes I received DMs recently saying, wow, you're a celebrity or things like that, And I'm like, no, I really, because I have not, what should I say, a person cannot change that easily like in a year and a half, from my point of view. At least I haven't, yeah. So I'm just the same Shogo I've been from the day I started YouTube. I mean, I did learn a lot of things. I did obtain a lot of skills thanks to you guys watching my channel, because I always wanted to make my videos better. Yes, but as a person, have I changed that much? No. My first goal, as I named my channel Let's Ask Shogo, the reason why I named it Let's Ask Shogo is because I wanted more people to have someone that if you had a question about Japan, you can, frankly ask. I know that there's a lot of people who want to know more about Japan because they struggle because they don't know anyone who speaks English, or in the first place, who knows about traditional culture or anything about Japan in the first place, because a lot of Japanese people don't, because if they don't study or train in it, they usually don't know about it. And even if they do train in it, sometimes they just do it without thinking anything, and they don't have any logic sometimes, So that sounds really critical, but yeah, anyways, yeah, so I just wanted to be that person, and that's the reason why I gave it the second title of the Let's Ask Shogo, Your Japanese Friend in Kyoto. So I wanted to be everyone's friend, and not just this person across the screen. And so I really have not changed that much. Just because we have 1 million subscribers now, I really don't feel that I'm, what should I say, a more important person, What should I say? I just wanted to clearly tell you guys this, I guess. I just wanted to make it clear to my own self too that nothing has really changed. It is all thanks to you guys, and I definitely am supported, but it's not going to be a reason for me to slow down, act differently. Yeah, I guess this is more to a message to myself, but yes. So anyways, yeah, as a feeling, I really am happy. We celebrated yesterday, guys, by the way. For those of you listening to this podcast, I wanted you, but yesterday I was like, we achieved 1 million subscribers. The live stream lasted 3 hours and 40 minutes, and we were like, and we ended it, we were completely exhausted, to be honest. But I was like, okay, so we achieved 1 million subscribers. Kazu, Tomoko, you are not working today. Yeah, and we actually rearranged our schedule a little bit so they can take a day off. And then you guys can take a day off today, yeah. And what do you guys want to, you can do whatever you want to. And then Tomoko was like, then you know what, how about we go and hang out together? And what we did was we hanged out together. We went outside to the city parts of Kyoto, and we played together for a whole day, actually. So I just really am thankful for my team too. I mean, we work together. We really have a lot of hard times, Of course, because we're basically, all of us are working 24/7 almost. But still, when we want to play or hang out with someone, it's us. Like that is the dream team, dream job, right? And I just can't believe that I am privileged to work in such an environment. And so, as I said in the beginning, there's a few things that I do want to talk about. So everything I just talked in the past 8 minutes were just the things that randomly came to my mind. But the two things that I did want to talk about is, number one, why I cried when I was reading Tomoko's letter, and number two, the lesson I learned through achieving 1 million subscribers. And I think personally it's really important, and I really wanted to share it with you. So the number one, the reason why I cried in front of Tomoko, as I don't know how much everyone was able to hear my voice when I was reading the letter to Tomoko. So just in case, for those of you who haven't watched the archive of the live stream, by the way, for me to show my appreciation to Kazu and Tomoko, I actually read a letter to the two of them. Yeah, I wrote a letter and I read the letter to them. It's something that a lot of Japanese people love doing. Letters, handwriting expresses your emotions, your love and stuff like that. So. And I don't know, it's the typical thing you do, and a lot of people recently don't do it anymore because it's like, old style. But still, it is, I personally feel it's very, very beautiful. So that's what I thought I'd do, and give them a present. Yeah, so if you haven't watched the archive, you can jump to my main channel. But anyways, I actually cried when I was reading Tomoko's letter. And as I said in the video too, when I was reading her letter, Tomoko and I really have very, very similar personalities. Some parts, of course, different. There are things that I would not do or she would not do, But I would say 5%, I guess, would be almost the same, to be honest, So there's a lot of things. When I see Tomoko, I really sometimes feel like I'm looking at myself, if that makes sense, you know? And I'm the kind of person you might have noticed, but I'm rather quite strict to myself. Like, for example, if I just really hate giving up in between things. I hate not being on time. I hate not being on schedule. I hate not getting things done. So a lot of people tell me like Shogo is amazing. You're able to continue doing so many things at the same time, or you're working so hard. That's great. No, it's more of me. I just I don't like doing things over and over again. For example, having a same schedule routine. It's more of I dislike not doing it. If that makes sense. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm the kind of person who's like whenever something a conflict like I have a quarrel with someone, I have a fight with someone, I always tend to blame myself. I'm that kind of person. And I always ask myself, couldn't you have been better. And I really don't like blaming others for any mistakes that I make or anything that, for example, because I would usually say it's because I lacked skill, ability, experience, blame myself for it. And that's how I try to work harder. And because Tomoko has such a similar personality, whenever I see her, it's always like I'm seeing myself, and I tend to be really, really strict to Tomoko. And it's a side of Team Last Ask Shogo that we usually, of course, never have an occasion to show everyone, is that sometimes, as Tomoko was saying in her own speech too, once we achieve 1 million subscribers, we originally were just simply best friends, right? We're just simply friends. And now though, I am the leader of the team. And in order to maintain this team and keep this team running as a company, making money, making profits, and also being friends and enjoying our life together, sometimes I need to be the person to be strict to everyone, right? So sometimes I have to scold my friend, which is very weird because, if you, for example, can imagine your best friend, you wouldn't like scold your friend, right? You might tell them, that's not right or things like that, but that's a flat relationship, right? Sometimes as a leader, I have to tell basically they're my employees, to be honest. And this relationship is important because I, as a leader, am responsible for protecting their lives. And they, as employees, are responsible for getting the jobs done that I give them, right? And this relationship, I think we need to maintain in order for a organization to run correctly. Yeah. So there are like things that I have never said to them before, both Kazu and Tomoko, and especially to Tomoko, I tend to be very, very strict. Yeah, and say like, why couldn't you? Are you sure? Like when we do video editing, are you sure you are super confident with this work you've done? Are you very, very sure that everyone watching this video are going to be satisfied, And if you don't think so, do it again, kind of thing. I go this strict sometimes, especially to Tomoko, because it's like I'm looking at myself. That's why I tell myself every day, So, and it's because Tomoko, Kazu, both of them, as you might have noticed, they're both very, very skilled, very experienced, very fast learning. And before they joined my team within their own companies that we're both each working in, they were basically considered the hope of their company because they are both very, very, just very hard workers, So they've never been told such a thing by anyone else before, by their bosses in the past, or by their superiors in the past, because they were always the one working the hardest. But I am what should I say? I don't want to say that I'm a little different level or anything, but I do really am a person who always wants to make the best for my viewers, for my friends who are looking forward to watching my channel, because we are taking so much of your precious time in your life, and I don't want to be wasting anyone's time. Yeah. So so the point is that even though I am very strict to Tomoko, I tend to regret it a lot too. Sometimes, of course, I am a human being. There are things that I say that I shouldn't have. Getting too emotional sometimes because, of course, anger is very, very difficult to handle, and there has a lot of times I made her cry, and of course she as she always says, she respects us, both Harumi and I, and she never ever actually, what should I say, doubted our relationship before, or thought of not working with us anymore, things like that. Even though she says it's very hard, of course, having a best friend telling you that you need to work harder. That is very hard because you believe that you are working harder. Of course, Tomoko would not intentionally not do her best, right? Yeah. So of course I've never doubted that Tomoko has been not been doing her best. She always is doing her best, but sometimes it's not enough, so I have to tell her that, right? But sometimes as even a leader, the way I tell her it could have been much nicer. It could have been much slower. We could have started the conversation in a nicer way or things like that. And I regretted it so many times because I love Tomoko and Kazu so much, right? Why would I invite them to work with me? And I never, ever, ever, the last thing I want to do is to hurt them, right? So it's been really, really hard for me. It's been, a balance of me being a leader, responsible for protecting this team, everyone's lives, and the quality of our content. Also, on the other hand, as a best friend who just wants to be friends with them, right? This new relationship as friends, as business relationships, it's been really, for now, I'm pretty sure we'll get used to it very soon, but it has been hard for us, especially because of everyone moving together, Kazu joining a team, this big change in environment. We were all really tired at this timing too, so all of us tend to get a little bit emotional, and we get really, really emotional and strict and everything because we're so serious about our dream, right? And I think that's really beautiful too, but still, yeah, there were some times it was a little bit hard, yeah. So that's the reason why I cried in front of Tomoko. It was all the "I'm so sorry, Tomoko" feelings, that came out, yeah. No, that's number one. It's been almost 17 minutes I've been talking. This might be the longest podcast I've ever recorded, but one last thing. The second thing I want to talk about, the biggest lesson I learned through achieving 1 million subscribers. It's that setting a goal and saying it out loud. These things are just so important. And I'm pretty sure you've heard of this before so many times, hundreds and thousands of times before, someone telling you that it's important that you set a goal and then you say it out loud and tell everyone and you do it. Yeah. And everyone says it's important, and I just wanted to say again, it's important. It's important. It's really, really important because every time I set up a goal, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, I've achieved it every single time. And why was it? Did I work very hard? Maybe yes. Did I have an amazing team? Yes, I do. Do I have an amazing wife? Yes, I do. But it's not just that. It's because we had a clear goal. We had where we're running to together. We say that is the point we're going to be running to together, we can run to it with all of our power. But if we're like, oh, we're going to be running to that area somewhere around there by some time, like how are our team going to be running together, that quickly, right? So I really, really thought, I just learned again. I finally experienced it, I guess, with my body, the importance of setting up a goal and also setting a time limit. Time limit is very, very important, I felt. Not just the goal itself, but you really need when I will be finishing this. And then you'll be able to try to make it by then, right? You'll create a schedule, basically. So I'm pretty sure everyone has talked about this, yeah. But I just wanted to say again that I really felt that this is really important too for anything from small to big, anything that you do. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know that there are a lot of people outside of Japan studying Japanese or willing to come to Japan to travel, study, work, or even train in our traditional culture. However, I am very afraid that Japan might not be able to provide these things in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are responsible for carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And the first step towards achieving this goal is 1 million subscribers by January 2023 is what I always used to say, but we actually achieved it. Thank you very much. We actually have new goals set up, and I'm hoping to make a video to announce it. But I think hardly anyone listens to my podcast to the very end. So if I could just give you a small hint, I can just let you guys know. But please don't write in the comments, okay? So I just want to know for the people who listen to this very last part. I'm pretty sure there's less than 10 people, I think so. In terms of subscribers, we're gonna be aiming for 2 million by the end of this year, without changing the time limit. The end of this year, 2 million subscribers is the craziest goal we've ever set up, but this is what we're gonna be aiming for. Yep. And we really want to become the #1 Japanese YouTube channel that talks about Japan to the world. We want to be the #1 channel. That is going to be our goal for YouTube. Yep. And from there, I think we will stop any goals for YouTube, because just running after numbers is for us I believe is unnecessary. So from there, we'll set up different goals. But for our subscriber goal, that's going to be it. And all the other things we're going to be doing, all the other new goals, we'll be reporting it in a new video. So I hope you can look forward to that. Yep. Thank you so much for listening to the end. Thank you so much. Bye bye.